Let's take a minute and talk about vaccinations for our equine patients today. Now, horses, just like dogs and cats, they come in all different sizes. And not just horses, but donkeys, mules. They come anywhere from knee high to over your head. But most of the time, they do generally require similar vaccinations. Now, sometimes our smaller patients are a little bit more sensitive to those vaccinations, so it is important to consult your veterinarian before just poking a lot of shots into your horses. There are also different considerations that we need to take into effect whenever we think about vaccinating our horses. It all depends on how we're using the horse, or if the horse gets used at all. Some horses are doing lots of traveling, lots of performing, lots of events, are exposed to a lot more diseases than our other horses that just get to stay on our pastures. So it's very important to consult your veterinarian about which vaccinations in particular are right for your horse. The American Association of Equine Practitioners does recommend a few vaccinations that they consider core. Core meaning that all equine species need to receive these vaccinations annually. The most important is a tetanus vaccine. Tetanus is an organism that lives in the soil, so the horses are literally exposed to it on a daily basis. Horses are very sensitive to tetanus, the toxoid that tetanus, or the toxin that tetanus secretes, so we do need to keep them vaccinated because, let's face it, horses get nicked and cut up whenever they're out in the pasture. On the same lines, an Eastern and Western encephalitis vaccination is considered core by the American Association of Equine Practitioners. This is a virus that can be spread by mosquitoes, and Lord knows we have lots of mosquitoes in the summertime. The same as West Nile, which is considered a core vaccination. The final core vaccination that we consider mandatory for horses that may be newer and not on everybody's radar is a rabies. We've been vaccinating our dogs and cats for rabies for years, but horses can also become infected with this virus, and it's very important to keep them vaccinated so we don't get infected with the virus. There was a horse confirmed with rabies about 4 years ago at the Missouri State Fair, so it is something that we can see, especially in our stalled horses that are exposed to things like skunks, raccoons, and that. They can get it, so we do recommend vaccinating for that. Like I say, there are a couple other types of vaccinations that you've probably heard of, flu being one, rhino being one, strangles. You'll have to talk with your veterinarian if those vaccinations are right for you. They are considered essential for lots of horses. Like I say, maybe those performance horses or maybe a broodmare or two, but just consult your veterinarian before just buying something over the counter and giving it to your horse.